down schools when those students are writing exam. That's an ominous sign of something to come. The panic button is being activated nationwide. Teachers want to go on strike. Do you blame them? When they are going to pack the students, they will take some teachers along with them, and when this happens, who are they going to turn to? It's like just saying that indirectly passing a vote of no confidence on the CNC and the security agencies. That look, the governors are just saying that they are not saying it directly. That look, it's like we might not be able to handle the kind of thing that has happened in Chibok, Dapchi, Buniyadi, and now is it Kankara?
Kankara.
Rather than having it, let these students just stay at home and let their teachers also stay at home. But that's not all, because they can also be kidnapped in their villages. It's just saying that, look, we have lost confidence in Mr. President. We have lost confidence in the military, in the police, in the DSS. That's the statement. So when governors are saying that, it means they're also going to be for the security around their own families and the government house. Mind you, the aftermath of the NSAS, government houses are being boggled. So who am I that has one low fence around?
Complex. The assembly complex.
They took maize away from Ogun State here, Okemoson. So that is telling you something. That look, the center is no longer holding. That's why some people can use collapse of the nation. The nation has not collapsed yet, because we still thank God that we can come to work like this and still talk about these issues. There is something that we can still salvage from the situation we found ourselves. I'm looking away again. I'm looking away from this president. I'm looking at the House of Reps and the Senate. What can they do in this kind of situation? Are they also helpless? Would they also? Are they also because many of them are afraid of traveling by road. In fact, we heard that some of them, because I think somebody wanted to travel, a senator and House of Rep going to the north, they had to use the train, because that, okay, that's still a bit safer than going by road. It means that they are also not comfortable, but because they have money, they can still hire private security and all those things, leaving the rest of us with just allowing us to resign to fate. So the National Assembly should rise up. There are a lot of things they can do at this time. If the president is in Katsina and this thing happened in Katsina, then if the president go back to Aso Rock, it can happen in Abuja. If it comes to Ogun State, it can happen here.
It's just saying it can happen anywhere.
It can happen anywhere, because now the governors are panicking, and it's not a good sign.
Anyway, it's on many
if
of
they can shut down schools now. The kids, they're supposed to write. With all the pandemic are done, nobody could say, okay, you are writing your exams, we'll provide security for you. No worry, no bandits will come here. Nobody could do that. Chief security officers of their states, because they are really not the chief security officers. Somebody has to command from somewhere in Abuja, and we are not getting that kind of command. So what do? Everybody for himself.
Mass abduction. Student recounts near-death experience before escape. ACF decries FG's lamentations, says Nigeria insecure under Buhari. There are so many other headlines talking about security in the country. We'll take a very quick break, and when we return, we'll take a look at the latest numbers as far as the COVID-19 pandemic is concerned. The numbers rising daily in the country now. There are so many other headlines to look out for. Don't go anywhere.
Ogun State shout out to the Lord 2020. My brother, my sister, come make we jam body to holler God name in this Ogbonge praise program. We go shake everywhere gidigba. Now SDK Universal Concept they call una to come shake una body and sing to the Lord. Where gospel artists go dey jabrata. So they sing Ogbonge song they give about God. Gospel artists like T.Y. Adewale aka Nagod, Ayon Jesu, Shawale Jesu and them Balaji Sax. Other gospel artists them na Lolade Adeleke, Tosin Alao, Adeyenka Alaseyori, Chigozie Wisdom, Bumi Omijo Ojumi and RCCG Praising. Every door where the devil don't close go open gidigba as una dey carry praise give Baba God. Na Prophet Taiwo Ojo go minister for work. Na there we go dey jam body give praise to Baba God at Ogun State Shout Out to the Lord 2020. Date Friday 18th of December 2020. Venue Olive Event Center opposite Immigration Office Okemosan Abeokuta. Time na from 8 p.m. till dawn kelele. Ogun State Shout Out to the Lord 2020. Believe me, before una comot una go see the glory of Baba God.
When the desirable becomes unavailable, then the available becomes the desirable. Now, the desirable is here. Brought to you by Aquifer Water Technical Services. The days of installing problematic boreholes are over. Aquifer is here to make your desired dreams of installing boreholes in the most seamless, technology-facilitated way a reality. They pride themselves on high integrity and professionalism with accurate and impeccable underground water survey. Their boreholes and installations are with up-to-date technology. You can also count on them to help you maintain your borehole to make it long-lasting. All their equipments are from overseas. Do you have a borehole that is giving you issues or you want to install a new borehole? Contact Aquifer Water Technical Services today at OM68, second floor, Omida Shopping Mall, opposite Omida Market. Telephone 0803-521-9273 or 0815-568-7878. Aquifer Water Technical Services. We excel in borehole technology.
Babe, I can't believe I won't see you again till next week. I've really missed you.
Nah, I miss you more.
That's impossible because I miss you more.
Me, I miss you like Ilode.
Oh my. Wow, babe, we've been talking for like forever. Oh yeah. Time to hang up.
No, you hang up.
Okay. Let's hang up on 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. You didn't hang up.
Neither did you, Joe.
That's because I don't want to stop hearing your voice.
Aw, babe.
Your pillow talk doesn't have to end when you talk all day long for just 11 co per second to all networks. Dial star 311 hash to get talking right away.
Glow Unlimited.
Thank you for staying with us. It is freshly pressed on Fresh 107.9 FM at Abeokuta. The Nigerian Tribune has the latest numbers of COVID-19 cases reported in the country on Tuesday night. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, has recorded 758 new cases on Tuesday. Total now 74,132. The FCT recorded the highest number of cases, that is 305, followed by Lagos with 152, Kaduna at 103, Bauchi 44, Gombe 35, Plateau 31, Rivers 17, Sokoto at 15. Kwara State recorded 13, Kano 9, Ebonyi 8, Ogun and Osun State at 5 cases each, Oyo, Edo and Anambra at 4 cases each, while Bayelsa at 2 and Ekiti with Taraba at 1 case each. And now the number of deaths recorded in the country stands at 1,200 deaths.
That's 13 more than what was the number? 1,197. Okay, that's 3 more. That's 1,200. Sorry about that.
Well, a quick reminder, let us all try as much as possible to adhere to all the safety protocols. Wear your face mask, maintain a social distance if you're outside, and if you don't need to go out, just stay indoor. And personal hygiene, it is very, very important.
Because
as much as possible to do all of that.
The practices, which is what a number of people continue to talk about, the washing of hands with soap and water. These are things that used to be the norm in some places. You get into a store, it used to be the norm, but these days it might not entirely be the situation. Hopefully everyone will listen to this advice and get back to practicing those ways or those non-pharmaceutical measures that did work some months back to help reduce the number of COVID-19 cases. 758. That's numbers that were recorded yesterday by the NCDC. Because the dailies with the report about the Chief Justice of Nigeria Questions over his health status is on some of the dailies. COVID-19 uncertainty over CJN's health status is on the Tribune. But there's this other story that's gotten a number of Nigerians talking since yesterday. Nigerian government orders MTN others to demand NIN, that's the National Identification Number, from all subscribers. Block defaulters. You'll find out on The Punch. The Premium Times is everywhere this morning. The Nigerian government has ordered all telecommunication service providers to ask all subscribers to provide their national identification numbers. Subscribers who fail to do so within 2 weeks are to be blocked from using their SIM cards. This was a resolution reached at a meeting between the Minister of Communication and Digital Economy and stakeholders in the communication industry on Monday. The resolution was disclosed by the spokesperson of the Nigeria Communication Commission in a statement on Tuesday. The major telephone networks in Nigeria, the meeting affirmed the earlier directive to totally suspend the registration of new SIM cards by all operators. Operators to require all their subscribers to provide valid national identification number to update SIM registration records. The submission of NIN by subscribers will take place within 2 weeks from today, December 16, and end by December 30th. After the deadline, all SIMs without national identification numbers will be blocked from the networks. A ministerial task force comprising the minister and all the CEOs, among others, as members, is to monitor compliance by all networks. Violations of this directive will be met by stiff sanctions, including the possibility of withdrawal of operating license. Well, you can find the rest of that. Is on the Premium Times, is on many of the dailies this morning. We know the number of Nigerians that have telephone lines, SIM cards, millions of Nigerians. And then you ask yourself, how many Nigerians have their national identification numbers? And then you begin to imagine the number of SIM cards that might have to be blocked. Just 2 weeks. That might have to be blocked if this is not done. Remember the time when the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board thought about using the national identification number, and we know what happened. It turned out that it was even the NIMC offices that couldn't cope with the number of people that came out to collect their name. So 2 weeks, do we think about these things before we come up with them? Is it certain that in 2 weeks you can have Nigerians who don't have the national identification numbers get them? That's one. Why haven't some Nigerians gotten their national identification numbers in time past? Is it because they didn't go to get it? Is it because the NIMC haven't been able to give it to them? There's so many issues to talk about here, and then you just come and say 2 weeks and your cards could be blocked.
Well, they are about to further boost the industry of corruption, and I'll be specific on that. Extortion. That was what happened when JAMB did their own. A lot of parents had to pay, and the payment was a kind of bribe that they had to give to get the registration done, because the students must write the exams. Now, because people must communicate, you are giving them 2 weeks. These people will tell you that they thought about it very well. They are looking like the wise men now and women who sat at NCC to give this kind of directive. They just want to create chaos and to further help the industry of corruption through extortion. It's not going to work. And we will still sit here to review it. You don't throw this kind of thing on people, especially even in a season like this. Yes, Nigerians sometimes, when they need to do certain things, you need to put pressure, but not this kind of announcement that you are making. And you are giving a deadline of 2 weeks. And when you have coronavirus now, people will now begin to get into all kind of crowds at MTN office, Airtel office, everywhere, and you further spread the virus. I think somebody did not think enough about this.
The big question is, what has been put in place to ensure that, for those who don't have these numbers, they can't get them easily. Can they get them easily? That's one. Two is this registration thing. Can it be? Do you have to do it physically? Have the operators thought about a way to get people to do it remotely? Do I have to come around to? It's
possible. It's technology. Do I have to go to any network office to do it? When I have my phone, can't they set up something that you enter into it? Maybe you just, that NI number, if you have it, that is where you can send it to, and they impute it on the system, some people are just trying to make things difficult for Nigeria. Like I said, maybe they are doing this inadvertently. I don't want to believe they are doing it deliberately, but it's something they can review. Anybody can make a mistake. We know the country we are in. There's a pandemic that is still with us. Please don't create crowds in these places in the name of physical appearance for people, to submit their NIN numbers. We know what it takes even to do INEC registration as a voter in Nigeria. It is these agencies that are making it more difficult for people. Even when they declare public holidays and all that, you still go there. The computers will not work. I'm talking about that of even INEC now. And what is going to happen? Look at what is happening at the banks now. I always pray that, look, I don't have problem maybe with my credit card or some other things that will even must take me to any banking hall. Because as early as 5:30 a.m., people are already taking their tally numbers. We are back to the 80s when we were taking tally numbers.
For some reason, you frequent the bank a lot. Is it because you have so much money?
No, I don't. Thank God for the people there that are into the business of point of sales now, that are exchanging cash, for people. And of course, the ATMs. If not for that, a lot of people, so don't add to the sufferings people are going through. What they want to do is good. It's for security. There is no doubt about it. But everything starts, even life itself is about process. You are not born and you grow up immediately. Please, they need to rejig their plans and make sure that people are allowed to do this. You can set deadline. Because if you don't set deadline,
people might not take it seriously.
Yes, but when you say 2 weeks, come on.
Anyway, the hope is that while Nigerians have to worry about the deadline, the government has also done its part as regards making sure that for those that will be heading to the NIMC offices to get their numbers, it can be done easily. And
if I tell you I got mine in Ibadan, well, I don't want to say it on radio.
All right.
Let's move on.
Let's run along very quickly. A bit of politics now. The Punch says loyalists set up Tinubu's presidential campaign council. Is on the Punch this morning. You find it on some of the other dailies as well. Staunch supporters of the national leader of the APC, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, on Tuesday in Ibadan, the state capital, inaugurated a presidential campaign movement, tagged the Southwest agenda for him in readiness. Tagged the Southwest agenda for him in readiness for the 2023 presidency. Ahead of the inauguration, a campaign committee led by former Minister of Works, Senator Adedayo Adeyeye from Ekiti State, had visited the Olubadan of Ibadan and the Alaafin of Oyo for prayers in their respective places on Monday. Whereas Tinubu has yet to make open clarification about his presidential ambition, opinions are rife that the former Lagos State governor has his eye on the presidency in 2023. The event happened in Ibadan. There were a lot of people there. Loyalists set up Tinubu's presidential campaign council. Is on the Punch. Is on many of the dailies this morning. And, very interestingly, there's been so much talks about him wanting to be the president or contesting for the presidency, and then you have this. This is what happens. We hear this a lot. Eventually, someone is going to come out and say, "Well, I didn't want to do it." But people will love me. People will love this country. They came out and said, "Baba, you have to do this thing to save our country."
No, you are not initiated as a politician.
So I probably wouldn't know how to say it.
You won't know how this. Maybe they won't even come out to say that. Somebody will just say, "I heard the voice of God." And can you challenge that?
Which is a voice you cannot.
God did not call you. God called the person. This is politics. And seriously speaking, it's the right of Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu to do this, whether he has come out or not. Now, it's becoming official, because these are some of the people that we know that are close to him, coming out gradually. Very soon, the big masquerade will come out to make it official, that he's doing that.
Or if he isn't.
Some people are saying, when 2023 is still too far. Again, they are not politicians. 2023 is just tomorrow there. Before you know it now, it's here. And it's never, for politicians, one year is like a minute. Sometimes 1 year could be like 10 years, especially when you are suffering. Now, that's why, because of the situation in the country, a lot of people are seeing 2023 as very far. That are we going to endure this
till
2023? But the politicians are not thinking like that. So you are having alignment. You can listen. I listened to. I watched something yesterday. You know, Dino Melaye, the senator, apologizing to former President Goodluck Jonathan, you know, for what they did and all that. Realignment has started. You have some people, they are professional politicians. They don't have any other business. That is their industry. So when they are coming out to do this, you know that something is coming out. But you know what the public, what we do, we just read newspapers, we listen to radio. We don't have our own plans. They are planning now. The person you don't want, what power do you have to stop him? The person you want to get there, what power do you have to stop him? Are you a registered voter? Are you going to stay on social media and just say those things that you say? The politicians are already planning. So the people should not sit by. They should also gather themselves, not illegally, and plan, or individually, or at the family level. If your son is 18 or your daughter is 18, it's time to get registered, rather than complaining on Twitter, on Facebook all the time.
Well, speaking of 2023, Nigeria needs security, restructuring, not Yoruba presidency. That's according to the Oyo State Governor, Seyi Makinde, who has said Nigerians need adequate security and restructuring of the country much more than who occupies the presidency. The governor who taunted those who he said were running around the country because of their presidential ambition, said those politicians will soon know better. Makinde, in a statement on Tuesday by CPS, Taiwo Adisa, was quoted to have spoken in Ibadan at the handover of 33 operational vehicles and 396 motorcycles to the Security Agency, popularly known as Operation Amotekun. He said, I have heard some of our political leaders jostling around and saying they want to become the president of Nigeria in 2023. I think what we need at this stage is to secure our people and restructure Nigeria. It does not matter who is the president in Abuja. In a restructured Nigeria, every corner of the country will feel the impact of government. That is what we need, he said. Well,
let the governor be corrected. It matters who occupies that seat. Why are we talking about President Muhammadu Buhari today? When he's not speaking, he's not speaking. Oh, he did not visit the place. He did not do this. See, we have an executive president, almost all powerful, almost almighty. It matters who gets there. He's also speaking like a politician. You know, he doesn't belong to their party. So I understand, where he's coming from. But that statement that all we need now is security. If the president will be on his seat and do the command the way we expect, as the commander-in-chief, we won't have this kind of insecurity that we have. So it matters.
There's the other message in what he's saying, talking about restructuring, saying with restructuring, we'll be in a better place. But we'll take a very quick break.
Maybe the people that are jostling, including those that will still come out from the PDP, maybe they will give us a restructuring.
We'll take a very quick break. We'll talk to you in a moment. Don't go anywhere.
I dey think, oh, where the load go come from? I dey think, oh, I look up, I look down, I see phone for my hand, eh? Oh yeah. Express for express load, na sure banker, oh, eh.
Hard life no dey pay anybody, oh. That na why EcoBank land with Express Loan where everybody fit get, where they save with Express Save. Dial *326# to open your own Express Save account today on top your phone. Bang bang bang, you don't open am, no wahala. And with Express Save, you go fit get boku chance for Express Loan.
Express Save for express loan, na sure banker, oh, eh.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. Our friend Oliver is what you call a man with a huge appetite. Gigantic, actually. And if there's one phrase we have come to know Oliver for, it is this:
more data, please.
No matter what we offer him.
More data, please.
So, guess what we did? We heard Glow created new data plans for people like Oliver, and we got him exactly that. And guess what Oliver said?
Excuse me, please, is this all for me? Only me?
Now, Oliver certainly has more than enough data. All thanks to the Glow Mega Data Plans.
With the longer validity you get on Glow Mega Data Plans, you can work from home with ease, run your business better, download non-stop, stream music and movies endlessly, learn online, and share data with anyone. No worries. Get 225 gigabytes at 30,000 Naira for 30 days, 425 gigabytes at 50,000 Naira for 90 days, and 1 terabyte at 100,000 Naira for a year. Dial star 777 hash now to start enjoying these mega plans.
Glow Unlimited.
Thank you for staying with us. Freshly pressed this Wednesday morning. Time to talk to you on the program. 0815-432-1079, 0815-432-1079, 0818-111-1079, 0818-111-1079. These are the numbers to call. To talk to us at Fresh FM Abeokuta on Twitter. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Thompson. Good morning.
Morning, sir.
You have Solomon.
All right, Mr. Solomon, talk to us.
I want to talk about this issue of Operation Share the Gospel of COVID-19 more, which I describe as BAKARE. This issue of NIS or whatever they are going to be rectified on scene by 31st of December. Why are we contradicting ourselves? You want people to give social distance, and you still want them to gather in a place.
Crowding the distance.
I beg. Who is advising this government for crisis? I hope they will not turn around tomorrow and say they did not say so. And by the way, the network provider, they were in that meeting. What was their response? Look, that thing is a joke. At the end of the day, if they go with what they said, a lot of these service providers are going to lose a lot of customers.
Right.
Thank you.
All right, Solomon. But, do the needful for now. Get registered if you haven't. If you have, get your NIN and your SIM cards connected. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Oh, hello.
Am I on to Fresh FM?
Yes, you are. What's your name? Where are you calling us from?
I'm from Abeokuta. Yes. The security situation in this country, as no doubt is, at an alarming rate. And it is high time for each region to protect itself from, this, precipice of insecurity. It is very important. I want to give it to the Southwest governor for Amoteku of a team. It is paying off in Osho State. It is paying off in Ekiti. I don't know of Ondo. I don't know of Ogun State. Yes. And lastly, talking about the presidential ambition of Japan, I believe that it is not the best time for that. It's an APC shifting.
There's no presidential ambition yet. It's just rumors and speculation. So,
my brother, in politics, perception is 90% of reality. So nobody should come and tell us, that nobody is preparing for ambition. Okay. So I just think that it's an APC shifting. It should support President Buhari to tackle this issue of insecurity. Because
right.
He was the one that lured us into voting for Buhari.
He lured you. That's interesting. Hello? All right. That's very interesting. All right. Anyway, 0815-432-1079, 0818-111-1079. Those are the numbers to call to talk to us. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Fresh radio station.
Good morning.
I am BAKARE. I think some months or weeks ago when I came out to, compare this very administration as a replica of the biblical King Rehoboam. One that day, I think you make a jive at me.
I didn't even know the story. I was saying I didn't know the story. That was what I said. I didn't make any jive.
It's okay. Look at it now. Again, you are saying COVID is on the high side. Now you are now saying people should go and cluster. My brother, I think for me, this administration has failed me. I don't know about you.
Sorry.
Anyway, all right. Anyway, I remember at Fresh FM Abeokuta on Twitter is another avenue for you to get your thoughts across to us this morning. Hello, good morning. Please turn down the volume on your radio. Please turn down the volume on your radio. Oh, we lost that call. Do try to talk to us again. Turn down the volume on your radio so we can hear you properly. Good morning.
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Ola Anima Shaun is the name calling from Abeokuta. Mr. Samson Akidele, thanks for your resourcefulness. I want to ask you a question. Don't you think, concerning this NIN SIM registration, don't you think it is high time we started organizing variously throughout the country a kind of workshop or seminar to find out what is it that is creating problem for our policymakers to be having some, with all sense of permission, a kind of verbal diarrhea sometimes that you want to wonder, yes, that's before saying it, that you don't just understand what is it. Something must be wrong somewhere with them. Is it a spirit? Can you give me an insight if it is possible? Or we started organizing seminar to know our problems, for God's sake. This is frustrating. Oh. Thank you.
All right.
Verbal diarrhea.
We've heard that
of the mouth.
That particular term used a number of times, and very interesting situations. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. What's your name? Where are you calling us from?
I'm not calling from Atlantic.
All right, talk to us, Mr. Kennedy.
Yeah, it's somehow laughable. If the person at the center does not matter, why do we have the problem we are having at hand now? Because of the kind of person we have at the center. That's why we talk about confusion. Nobody is in charge. All of the whole thing. Center is not open. The person here matter to do the military, to the structure, to do all of that. The person here matter.
All right.
And of course, if you look at the state of things now, I believe it is not animal economy. Let the Senate, the representative of the people, do the needful. Don't let us tell us we are going to impeach. Let them fall into action and do the needful. Thank you, everyone.
All right. I like that. Anyway, we'll get back to the phone lines in a moment. Let's take some tweets now, very quickly.
Ayatoyinbo Adesina on Twitter. On the SIM card NIN registration update, it's just obvious that the government never puts it into consideration. Whatever pain their policy would cause the people, now is not the time for crowd convergence. Why can't it be done by self with some codes programming?
They've even been telling us not to gather to celebrate Christmas, but we can gather to get NIN number.
Raji Afiz Abidemi, on the issue of upgrading SIM card versus NIN, I'm telling this morning that it's not easy to get NIN. Even if you want to get it, you need to pay some amount to those people in charge. And 2 weeks not enough for upgrade. God bless Nigeria.
All right, we'll get back to the tweets in a moment. Hello, good morning to you. What's your name? Where are you calling us from? Yes, good morning.
Good morning, Nigerians, everybody. I will bring out something from the treasure of my heart this morning, and I will tell you the honest truth. And probably let me go straight to the issue of security now. You see, the National Assembly, the senators, and the HOR must put their emotion to motion to move for impeachment straight away now, momentarily. And then we will see exactly what we have been talking about in terms of Nigeria being under consciousness. Nigeria is crumbling under Buhari. Let me tell you, there is a greater wind of responsibility in the hands of the National Assembly to begin to compile the list of the impeachable offenses, charges, and so on and so forth against President Buhari. Look at where he is now. Some people have been kidnapped under his watch. We cannot afford to continue like this for teachers to continue to say they want to go on strike. We are yet to go away, probably done with the dons in the university. How much of this one will come now, we don't know. We are here not to be led, but to be led by Buhari. Thank you very much.
Well, if there's anything to make of the body language of National Assembly, they would rather not go ahead to talk about impeachment. They would rather the president change the narrative of the situation in the country. They've spoken about impeachment, but they're saying, if you will not, we will. So they would rather have the president.
If you are not lily-livered, you should know what you do. You should know when to do what you do and how to do it. I've talked about many of them also having, baggage here and there. Some of them even ought to have been recalled by their constituencies. So do they have that kind of moral temerity to begin that kind of process. That's why they dance to the right, they dance to the left, and you really don't know where they belong.
Isn't that dancing?
Dancing is good.
Shegun Gwogi, insecurity north. I still don't understand many things. Northern Nigeria is mostly Sahel region, where you can stand at a point and see miles and kilometers of land. How is it so difficult for our Air Force to locate and fight these guys? Or is it about lack of tech, he says?
Excuse me.
Well, Raji Afiz Abidem says, in order to secure our schools in Nigeria, we need to involve Peace Corps of Nigeria. That is their main motive and core subject. He says FG need to give the bill of Peace Corps of Nigeria priority. No security agencies that maintain our schools. I see that. Olakom Larry, APC National Assembly leadership should not hesitate to do the needful by matching their words with action. If impeachment of Mr. President will bring to an end this insecurity, so be it. They should protect and save the image of their party, which Mr. President cares less about. Ademalaki Vanga says, shutting down schools amidst the raging insecurity simply means that the terrorists, whoever wanted secular education, are winning. We are hopeful that Nigeria is still redeemable if the members of National Assembly, indeed everyone, will rise to their responsibilities. The insecurity level in the country has shown PMB has no solution in sight. 2023 seems too far away to endure. That's Akorede Camille. All right. That's the program this morning. We have to run now. Many thanks to you for joining us. Mr. Akindele, thank you for your contribution this morning on the program.
Thank you for having me. If the kitchen is too hot, please get out. God bless Nigeria.
Wale Bakare is my name. Enjoy your Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your week.
My name is Omoyemi Adesoye. Remember to stay safe and please mask up.
Ariwo kọ́ ni music yo, empty barrel ló máa ń pariwo. Ariwo kọ́ ni music yo, ẹnu ò ṣe. Ariwo kọ́ ni music yo, empty barrel ló máa ń pariwo. Numbers don't lie and I don't shout. Topping every chart and I don't make mouth. Olúwa ló ń ṣe iye mi náà kọ́ o. Monday to Saturday, I dey grind o. Sunday, call me your mind o. Bàbá mi ló ń ṣe iye mi náà kọ́ o. No be only you go make am. Jẹ́ agbára ọ̀rẹ́ ohun you help o. No be only you dey chop life. Jẹ́ agbára ọ̀rẹ́ òye pariwo. Ẹnu ò ṣe. Ariwo kọ́ ni music o. Empty barrel ló máa ń pariwo. Ariwo kọ́ ni music yo, ẹnu ò ṣe. Ariwo kọ́ ni music yo, empty barrel ló máa ń pariwo. Ariwo kọ́ ni music yo, ariwo kọ́ o. Ariwo kọ́ o. Your papa get money, you dey do anyhow. Stepping on the ball, you forget tomorrow. Olúwa ló fún ẹ o, ìwọ náà kọ́ o. Àjẹpákó ni wá pẹ̀lẹ́ ọmọ lówó. Ó wá sọlé ayé ò dà wá máa yí lọ. Bàbá mà ló ń ṣe o, ìwọ náà kọ́ o. No be only you go make am. Lẹ́nu dákẹ́ ọ̀rẹ́ o, ta ló help o. No be only you go chop life. Jẹ́ ń gbọ́ràn ọ̀rẹ́ o, má pariwo. Ẹnu ò ṣe. Ariwo kọ́ ni music yo, empty barrel ló máa ń pariwo. Ariwo kọ́ ni music yo, ẹnu ò ṣe. Ariwo kọ́ ni music yo, empty barrel ló máa ń pariwo. Ariwo kọ́ ni music yo, ariwo kọ́ o. Ariwo kọ́ ni music yo. Ariwo kọ́ ni music yo.
Fresh 107.9 FM lábẹ́ Olúmọ ó kilẹ̀ fàlàfàlà.